Grandma told me the truth. She leaned in close, voice low, as if betrayal needed a whisper. They said you were too sick to attend your brother's wedding. That's why you weren't invited. My stomach nodded. I wasn't sick. I wasn't even told there was a wedding. They had erased me from the guest list of my own blood. I sat there, silent. Rage coiled, cold and sharp, but my face didn't flinch. Later, when I confronted my father, he laughed. "Don't take it personally. It was easier this way." That's when I said it. Calm, measured, looking him dead in the eye. "Don't expect an invite to mine." He chuckled, like I was a child throwing a tantrum. He thought I'd never follow through. Months later, they were all shocked, because I'm married, and not one of them saw it coming. My family used to be my compass. Birthdays, dinners, holidays, I was always there, always loyal. The one who showed up when others didn't. But loyalty is a currency they never valued. My brother was the golden child, my parents' pride, their polished trophy. And me? I was the shadow that made him shine brighter. I ignored it for years, telling myself love wasn't measured in invitations. But being barred from his wedding under a fabricated sickness, that cut through any illusion I had left. That's not oversight, that's exile. I replayed it in my head for weeks. The laughter, the dismissal, my father's smirk when I said they wouldn't be at mine. They thought my words were empty, but I don't deal in empty promises. The shift in me wasn't loud. I didn't scream. I didn't beg for inclusion. I started planning. I watched them, noticed how they boasted to relatives about appearances, about family unity. Their reputation mattered more than the truth. That was the lever I needed, because nothing stings harder than being publicly excluded by the child you dismissed. So I built my life in silence. I focused on my career, quietly saved, quietly invested, moved out of the house they thought I couldn't afford to leave. And when love found me, unexpected, steady, real, I told no one. Not my mother, not my father, not my brother. It was mine, untouched by their poison. We planned everything in secret. Venue, rings, witnesses, no family politics, no fake smiles, just us. And the knowledge that one day, when the truth reached them, it would hit like a blade twisting. The day came. It was small, deliberate, candlelit. Friends who had become family standing in for the ones who betrayed me. When I said my vows, my voice didn't shake. Because this wasn't just about love, it was about reclaiming what they tried to steal. My place, my dignity, my worth. After the papers were signed, after the rings exchanged, I felt a calm I hadn't known in years. But the revenge wasn't finished. Not yet. 2 weeks later, I mailed the photos. A thick envelope for each of them. My parents, my brother, my aunts who went along with the lie. Inside, glossy pictures of me in my wedding dress. My husband's arm around me. Smiles, real ones, brighter than any they had ever given me. On the back of one photo, I wrote, "Don't worry, you weren't forgotten, you just weren't invited." The fallout was immediate. Calls poured in, first angry, then desperate. "How could you exclude us? You didn't even tell us you were engaged. This isn't how family works." I let the phone ring. I owed them nothing. When I finally answered, it was my father's voice on the line, cracking for the first time in my memory. "You married without us?" "Yes," I said, calm, steady, like ice slicing through. "Just like you married my brother to his wife, without me." Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Then a stammer, a plea, words I'd waited my whole life to hear. "We didn't think you'd do this." "No," I said, "you didn't think I mattered enough to." Click. The power shifted that day. For once, I wasn't the forgotten one. I was the one who dictated the terms. They were left with nothing but the hollow echo of their own cruelty. And I walked away with everything. A partner who chose me, a life I chose for myself. No stage-managed family photos, no empty performances, just truth. Sometimes people ask if I regret it, if it hurt to leave them out. No. What hurts is realizing how easily they left me out first. What satisfies is knowing my silence was my sharpest weapon. They'll replay those wedding photos for years, seeing a life they weren't invited to, a happiness they'll never be part of. And maybe, in the quiet hours of night, they'll finally understand what I meant the day I warned them. Don't expect an invite to mine. I wasn't sick. I was done.